Many people wonder, where did we come from? Why are we here? Where are we going? The plan of salvation gives us the answer to these questions. God is the Father of our spirits. We are literally His children, and He loves us. We lived as spirit children of our Father in heaven before we were born on this earth.
As Latter-day Saints, you refer to that as pre-earth life or pre-existence.
It's also called premortality. As spirit children there, we did not have physical bodies.
To clarify, you believe that every single human being that will ever live on this earth pre-existed in a spirit world prior to coming to this earth.
That is what our doctrine teaches.
Can you show me in the Bible where that doctrine was ever taught?
Sure, there are several passages we could show you. Let's turn to Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. It says God knew Jeremiah in the pre-existence, where He ordained him a prophet.
I disagree. This verse is teaching that God knows everything there is to know, past, present, and future. It does not teach we pre-existed before our natural birth. This verse is saying that God knew He was going to create Jeremiah before Jeremiah was formed in his mother's womb, and that God had a special work planned for Jeremiah to do while he lived. The verse does not say that Jeremiah knew anything or had done anything before his earthly conception or birth. It says in Psalm 139:16, quote, "Your eyes saw my substance, being yet unformed. And in your book they all were written, the days fashioned for me, when as yet there were none of them." This verse demonstrates God's omniscience, proclaiming His foreknowledge of all things, that which has not yet happened, and those who are not yet born.
We have a scripture in the book of Moses 3:5, where we are told that all things, including men, were created spiritually before they were created naturally.
But the book of Moses is not in the Bible.
No, it's a revealed translation of Genesis to Joseph Smith.
That translation of Joseph Smith is in direct contradiction of what Paul taught. Speaking of the human body and whether we first pre-existed as spiritual beings, 1 Corinthians 15:46-49 says, "Howbeit, that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural, and afterward that which is spiritual." Do you see the clear line between the physical and spiritual bodies?
So, according to Paul, the natural was first, and then the spiritual?
This then begs the question, how could we have pre-existed in a spiritual state if the spiritual did not come first? Jesus addresses this idea in John 1:18. "No one has seen God at any time. The only begotten Son who is in the bosom of the Father, He has declared Him." Jesus tells us here that no one except Himself has ever seen God at any time. If we pre-existed with our Father in heaven, why didn't we ever see Him?
Perhaps John was referring to no one seeing God while here on earth.
Then let's read John 3:31-32. "He that cometh from above is above all. He that is of the earth is earthly, and speaketh of the earth. He that cometh from heaven is above all. And what he has seen and heard, that he testifies, and no man receives his testimony." Jesus teaches that He is the one who came from heaven. He says we are made of this earth. Therefore we know only the things of the earth. We do not and cannot know heavenly things because we have never been there. Jesus has been there, so He could tell the people of heavenly things.
That's because when we leave the pre-existence, we have a veil of forgetfulness placed over us, so we can't remember our premortal life with Heavenly Father.
Then how do you explain another statement made by Jesus? It's in John 6:46. Quote, "Not that any man has seen the Father, save he which is of God. He has seen the Father," end quote. Only Jesus had seen the Father before He came to earth. No human had seen the Father because no one else pre-existed. In the same chapter, the Jews were shocked with Jesus' statement about coming down from heaven because they had never heard of the concept of a pre-existence.
If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up. Hated it? Give us a thumbs down. Help support us by subscribing to this channel. Don't forget to check out the description below to learn more. Thanks for watching Talking to Mormons.